Hey everyone, meet the Santa Cruz. That's the ship that my motorcycle is on currently. In this episode, we are headed to Kruger National Park. Thank you to everyone who has made this trip possible. I can't tell you how helpful you've been. If you could also go over to YouTube and hit the thumbs up button, I'd really appreciate it. So the Santa Cruz is almost 300 meters long and 42 meters wide, and is currently off the coast of Africa over there. And this is a little bit zooming out. You can see all the ships. Oh my gosh, so many. And then this is the global view. Why can't I just walk across? Look at it's like a solid line from Cape Town to Buenos Aires. But this is the ship I'm navigating right now. It's a far cry from that one. So I'm leaving.
Matatili.
Then I'll spend a night in Newcastle before finally landing in
Phalaborwa,
which will be my launching point for Kruger National Park. So while I was in,
Matatili.
Suggested that I go see this lake that was just outside of town. And so one day I started hiking up there. I didn't make it clear to the lake, but along the way I saw these locusts. I thought they were grasshoppers at first, but David said that they were locusts. And aren't they crazy? And I think that they're trying to make new locusts right here. But yeah, pretty wild. And they're huge. That is probably like 6 inches across or something. And then this one just hopped right over to me. This is later. And then he hopped right onto my leg and started crawling up my leg. I couldn't believe it. I was just standing there, and he fully came clear over to me, waited between my feet for a little bit, and then hopped up on my leg. And I just kind of stood still and waited to see what he was going to do. And then he started like crawling further up my leg, like got past my knee, and that was enough. I had enough. David said that they're poisonous if you eat them, so that they're not really afraid of anything, and they're not fast or anything like that, because animals don't eat them. So, like I said, he sat there for a little bit, and enough was enough. So the novelty wore off. So I got rid of him. I shook him off, and he didn't like run away or anything. He hit the road and he stayed right there. And then I saw these two guys that were carrying this tortoise, and it just didn't feel good. It just seemed weird. And I found out later from David that all the tortoise in South Africa are protected. And I wish I had known that earlier, but I don't know what I would have done, but it just felt gross that they were carrying that tortoise. So then I headed back down the mountain, and later that night I saw that I had 299 subscribers. That was fun for me. And then David said he would take me fly fishing the next day. So we got up early and headed up the hill, same road, and it was about 6 miles from the hotel. But this is Lesotho, the country of Lesotho, where those mountains are. And David said those three little peaks are known as the Three Sisters, and that it's their mother, she's birthing them, that's laying across the mountains there, that ridge line. And then we made it to the lake, and it was beautiful up there, such a pretty spot. David was telling me there are springs that feed this lake, and there's a small dam that prevent too much of the outflow, but most of this is spring and rainfall fed. There's some snow here in the wintertime, I guess, but yeah, just gorgeous. And he was so generous. He brought some breakfast and coffee, and he had a sack lunch for me. So incredibly generous. I can't believe it. And he supplied all the gear, all the flies, the fly rods, everything. It was like crazy treat. He was a very generous person, for sure. Oh, and then they have freshwater crabs in this lake, and there's animals there, the mongoose and the otters, that eat them. And this is from a mongoose eating this particular crab. We saw a couple of fish, but neither David or I ended up catching anything, but he was just an angel. He was so great. And then after we were done fishing, he made sausages in this sauce, and we had sausages and buns, and it was such a great way to end the day. And then that evening, I got another subscriber, so I was up to 300. Pretty exciting for me. And then I started heading towards Newcastle, and beautiful formations. Look at these mountains. How so beautiful. I love it. Yeah, great formations on these mountains. And then South Africa is the only African nation that has nuclear power. And I think I saw 2 plants. This looks like a nuclear power plant to me. And I got to my destination, and I was, after that dinner I splurged on the other day, it was back to my canned food to get back into budget. And then as I was heading north towards Kruger, I saw these beautiful trees. They had these purple blossoms on the tops near the ends of the branches. And they were just gorgeous. So I don't have really great pictures. They don't really do them justice, but great, beautiful trees there. And then I was headed through these mountains, and there's a little waterfall. I kind of see it in the middle there. And these cliffs, as I was coming through the mountains there, and you see the waterfall, and yeah, it was really something. And there was this fun little tunnel, and there was like a shops and things where people were selling goods around the tunnel. I think it was kind of a local tourist site. It was really fun. Then I got to my destination, and they had this cool puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle of the world map that was really fun. And they had this wonderful sign. I love it so much. And I think today it's especially important for us to remember the love between us. I had another gourmet meal, and thank you for watching. Thank you for following along. Thank you for the contributors. You're making this possible. You're making it happen. Please go to YouTube and give this a thumbs up. And don't forget Tim Collins. He's amazing. And please go over and follow Oscar's Foundation. Joe is another great, amazing human. And peace and love to you all.